Hello Aries, Happy New Year, and here's your weekly horoscope for January 3rd to January 9th, 2021. Well, first of all, we have Chiron in Aries now moving direct. Chiron is called the maverick of the zodiac, and while you know what, Aries, you tend to be a bit of a maverick as well because you're a pioneer. You like to forge new pathways, you like to begin a lot of things. You're really good for starting a lot of things, not necessarily finishing them. But Chiron, as the wounded healer and the maverick of the zodiac, might actually be helping you be able to finish off some things that you started at the end of last year. So as we come into early part of this year, you may be finishing off with projects and responsibilities that you started at the end of last year, and that's a good thing. If you yourself had been ill or you've had a really tough time, Chiron also is going to lend itself to helping you heal and recover. So again, that's also good news. Any way that you can help others is also a good idea while Chiron is in this place in your horoscope. With all these planets in Aquarius, that does tend to put them in an area of your zodiac where you are hoping and wishing and dreaming for the future. And like the rest of us, you're probably dreaming for a little more normalcy or for life to get back to what it was. It may never get back to what it was exactly because it is a new reality that we're dealing with this year, but it doesn't stop you from dreaming. Very likely you're dreaming of a vacation, traveling, any way that possible that you can get out of the house and get out of restrictions. You really don't like to be held down. You like to be free and easy and on the move all the time. Well, with the Capricorn planets we still have, they are perhaps challenging some of you still. With Sun and Mercury still in Capricorn, even though they're fairly well aspected, there is an opportunity that you need to set some boundaries or straighten out some issues with some people. If that's the case, you'll be quite able to do that in this week. With Pluto conjunct Mercury from Sunday to Wednesday, that could be a challenging aspect for you as well. It could mean that there are some changes that are happening at work that you just have no control over and you can't do much about. That doesn't sit too well with you, but you might have to move into some acceptance of things that you cannot change. As well, Pluto represents the government and social services to some degree, especially government, any federal, municipal, or whatever. So governmental regulations might be more challenging for you this week as well, especially if you're clashing with anyone in authority. Now I say that because you can be a little bit of a fighter of the zodiac, and we have Mars moving into Taurus. It's going to conjunct Uranus next week, but they're both going to square Saturn in Aquarius, also Jupiter. This is not a good scenario. It's not a good scenario for you to be getting into conflicts with people right now. So if you can this week, keep a low profile. Try to avoid conflict and confrontation, especially from the end of this week and going on for the next couple weeks. You do tend to get very fired up. You don't like to see injustice. You don't like to be stepped on or attacked. And if that happens, you will probably fight back. But you know, a very spiritual person might decide to just turn the other cheek and walk away from conflict. And it might be best for your karma if you do that this week, Aries. In general, it may not be that bad of a week. Enjoy this early part of the week if you can. With Venus trining Mars all week, there's opportunity to have fun and games with some friends, the ones you're able to see. And you can certainly connect online with people as well if you can't in person. By the end of this week, though, do remember my cautions to not get into confrontations if you can help it. And more on that in next week's video. Have a great week, Aries.